Part 1. White Clouds. Red Wolf Moon. The Flame in the Darkness. Hoarfrost now graces treetops and open fields alike, and an icy chill blown in from the north of Fargus blankets the land. All of Fodlan's creatures begin to settle in for a long winter. The setting sun bathes the full winter coat of every wolf in a foreboding scarlet glow. Hunters can now spread the word that the red wolves are back on the prowl.
That's what we're dealing with. Is there no chance it's an infectious disease?
There are no absolutes in medicine, but the chances are extremely slim. Restless movements, fits of violence, becoming bedridden, or even impossible to wake. With symptoms that varied, there are only a few possibilities. It's either a mixture of poisons or magic, and dark magic at that.
You're talking about Remire Village, aren't you, Manuela?
Oh my, if it isn't Gerald. Tell me, what was the first thing you heard?
Everything, after you mentioned that it's not likely an infectious disease. My child and I owe the people of Remire Village. If something's happening there, we must help them.
We scouted the area ourselves. Speak with the knights, hear what they have to say. I must go. Thank you for your help, Manuela.
You know, I'm more than willing to go with you to Remire Village. After all, I owe you my life. If you'd like, I bet we could even manage the mission all by ourselves. Just the two of us. Professor! A bit of a tease, are we? A girl could get used to this side of you.
Nice try, but I'll be going to the village as well. Enough nonsense. It's time to move out.
As you like. Goodbye, Gerald. Goodbye, Professor.
I'll be in my office making preparations. What about you? If you have the time, it would be helpful if you could go ahead and talk to the knights. Hey, what's wrong? If anything feels off, return to the infirmary. No need to just grin and bear it. Got it?
Ugh, what could have caused such dizziness? I felt it too. Actually, I felt that way before.
A bit.
Professor, may I ask you a question? Splendid!
You look unwell. It's because of what happened, isn't it?
Don't speak of it aloud.
You can't change the past. For now, all we can do is use it to our advantage.
I know that. I also know that I must steel myself to ascend the Imperial throne.
Those preparations are going well. Someone is coming.
Professor, I heard about our mission for this month. Something terrible is happening in Ramire Village. That's where you were when fate sent you our way. This feels preordained.
Are the Knights making progress with their investigation? If what is happening there is by design, there must be someone pulling the strings. There is the Death Knight, of course, and the mysterious mages who were implicated with the Western Church. They showed up when Flame was kidnapped as well, and now there is another strange occurrence near the monastery. It seems an unknown organization hopes to make the monastery its stage for something.
Do you believe that all these incidents are connected, Professor? That is the logical conclusion, but I'm not so sure. It certainly appears that all of the events surrounding the monastery are connected by a single thread. However, I think it's possible that it may just be a result of different motives overlapping. Remember, Professor, if you think of people as simply enemies or allies, it may be impossible to grasp the truth.
Professor, Oh, don't worry. It's nothing. Actually, could we talk for a bit? Somewhere a little more private? I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I find you a little difficult to be around. I know. I'm your student and you're just trying to watch out for me. But the way you look at me sometimes, it's like you're seeing right through me. No, don't apologize. I know you don't mean anything bad by it, and I'm just self-conscious, I guess. The thing is, I don't have anything to call my own. No land, no birthright, no fortune. Little knowledge or battle skill. I think that's why I always clung to my popularity as a diva. Even after leaving the stage behind, I sort of kept up the act. When I look at you, it's like your eyes are accusing me. Telling me that you see right through it. That's what I mean when I say it's difficult being around you. Hey, this might be nuts, but maybe you could show me some kind of weakness of yours? You know my biggest fear. If I know one of yours, maybe I'll feel less, I don't know, vulnerable. Excellent. Well then, don't mind me. You know, Professor, I never hear any gossip about you. Of a romantic nature, I mean. Would I be right in assuming you're not very experienced with romance? Maybe we should find out somehow. Professor? What's with you? Why aren't you reacting to anything I'm doing? Oh, come on. Is your heart even beating? You're making me lose my confidence. That's all right. I didn't really think a little tease like that would be enough to get to you anyway. Though it does still make me lose just a little confidence in my own charms.
Much appreciated.
Just leave this to us.
We will take no time at all.
Look, Professor, we did great!
one step before the next.
Good morning! The weather is nice today. So, it's, really nice weather we're having, isn't it?
Indeed. Did you want something?
I'm really sorry.
I can't accept your apology until I know what it's for.
Oh, good point. I'm sorry I said you were terrifying.
Is that all? I'm used to that. No apology necessary.
But you've been avoiding me since then, right? You even stopped doing your deathly grin.
I am merely trying not to frighten you. Is there something wrong with that?
It's not working. And yes, there is. You can't quit talking and laughing just to try to make me feel better. That's not really fair. I need to master my own fear.
Is that right?
Yes. Right. Why?
You told me not to forego laughing, so I laughed as hard as I could. Is it helping to conquer your fear?
Yes. I mean, someday it might. Maybe. Ah, I'm not ready!
Bernadetta,
Lady Edelgard, what can I do for you?
I appreciate all the effort you're making to overcome your fear of me. Your dedication is commendable. However,
I'm just getting in your way, aren't I? Knew it, Bernie. You're just an intruder. Nobody wants you around. Stupid. Oh.
Bernadetta,
Yes.
the problem you keep running into is that you don't listen to what people are really saying. That's why your efforts are in vain. You need to listen instead of jumping to your own conclusions. Are you listening to me?
Yes.
Then why aren't you responding?
I wanted to listen until you were finished. Sorry. Were you finished then?
I was.
Then may I please scream now?
By all means. But please try to make it a fairly quiet one.
Just a tiny one. Wait. What was I upset about again? That's weird. I forgot why I was about to scream, and now I don't even need to. What a nice feeling.
You're trying your best. I know that. But even so...
But what? What did I do this time? I'm so sorry. Whatever it is. I'll go to my room and never bother you again.
Wait, you didn't let me finish. I was only going to say that...
Hunting? Really? There's no way I can do this. Goddess, why couldn't I have stayed in today?
Bernadetta, is this a trouble you are having? I heard that the duty to hunt is yours today.
The duties all got assigned while I was holed up in my room.
Do not be worrying. I can show you the way to hunt well.
Oh, okay then.
When you see a beast, you are thinking of it as an enemy. That is how prey thinks. You must think of the beasts as food. That is how the hunter thinks.
So it's not an enemy, it's food. But, how is it food when it's still alive?
You pick the vegetables from the field. Those have life too. It is the same. You take a blade in your hand and take the lives of the vegetables. You cut their stalks and harvest without mercy. They do not scream, but you are still their killer.
Killer?
Fruit ripens and falls to the ground. The seeds sprout, and a new life is born. That is life's cycle. It has cruelty, yes, but you must end life to eat. You must be killing to be living.
Maybe, but I don't know if I want to be some kind of vegetable murderer.
It is the same for rabbits, deer, pheasants. The only difference being that they cannot cry out. You must do what you must do to be living in this world. It is your task.
A task. Yes, just a task. A completely mindless task.
Feel it. There, in the grass. Prey is moving, just like a vegetable in the wind. Give it an arrow, just like you would give a vegetable a blade. It is just your task.
Right. That makes sense. It's just like cutting a stem.
You are now a hunter. You have learned how to hunt.
I am? I have? Oh, good! What a relief.
You have understanding now, I can tell.
Great! Leave it to me. I'll hunt down my prey just like their vegetables.
I have belief in you.
Aw, thanks, Petra. I can do this. Make way for Huntmaster Bernie!
Have luck, Bernie.
Ow! What? No! Stay back! I'm sorry, Mr. Rabbit. I didn't mean it! Why are you the one chasing me? Ow!
A true.
I do not know why it is so, but being here makes me feel quite unwell. I am so sleepy and a bit. It is a struggle merely to stay conscious. Are you feeling the same? And yet, it feels familiar, as though pulled from a corner of my memory, from a time long ago. I simply cannot fathom it.
What?
Need something, Professor? I was just asking Monica here to be less demanding of Lady Edelgard's time.
Hey, it's not like I'm bothering her. Sorry for the ruckus, Professor. Please don't worry about it too much. Nothing to worry about here.
I wish you would worry about it a little more.
This is my first time working with the Gerald, the legend known across the ages as the Blade Breaker. And I get to see him with my own eyes. That means I have to try my absolute hardest.
I am so happy to be part of your class, Professor. I
honestly cannot recall the last time I interacted with others on a daily basis like this. It reminds me of when I was a child. That was so very long ago now. Oh, I mean very. Very, very, very long ago.
The librarian is always out and about these days. And just when I had some questions about a book I'd borrowed. Ugh, now I'm so curious about where he's gone off to. He'd better come back soon.
Professor! The Battle of the Eagle and Lion was such good fun, don't you think?
Ignatz, how long are you going to keep harping on about the Battle of the Eagle and Lion?
Oh, come on, let me gush! Did you see how the house leaders came together after the battle? What an incredible thing to witness. Harmony, even after something so hard fought.
True. If they can keep playing nice, perhaps there will be peace in Fodlan after all. What?
Hey there.
What is it? Sorry, I've got a cold. How did you know? My act was perfect.
Alas, 'tis no mere illness of the body, but a malign affliction of mine soul. So, back to bed.
You figure medicine and magical healing are two ways to do the same thing, but it's way deeper than that. Medicine is all about preventing infection and suppressing symptoms with, well, medicine. That's probably obvious. But magical healing is focused on closing up wounds faster, raising a body's vital energy, stuff like that.
Hey, Professor, did you see that my father came by during the Battle of the Eagle and Lion? He left soon after, but I saw him talking to Edelgard first. I wonder what they could have to talk about. Yeah, he's pretty important in the Empire. I thought I mentioned it to you before. He's the Minister of Military Affairs. Still, though, I could have sworn those two didn't get along.
Hi there.
I'm going to catch me some mighty fish. Just you wait and see. I didn't catch a single fish last month. But this month, oh, this month. That's exactly what Captain Gerald said. You're going with the captain to investigate Ramire Village soon, aren't you? It feels like so long ago that you two came here.
I'm worried about Ramire. That affliction is a little too mysterious for my liking. I'm pretty sure it's not normal. Then what could it be?
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Oh, except that Tomas departed the monastery and has yet to return. Consider that reported. He's been gone for periods of time before and has always returned, so I'm not too worried. Still, I wonder what in the world he's doing out there.
Welcome. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks.
Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks. Come back soon.
Hey there. Come back anytime.
No.
Hello there. This one, yes? I think. Return soon, please. Right.
Hey!
You know, Professor, the tournament fish, and the meal we indulged in after the Battle of the Eagle and Lion, why, all of the food I've eaten in this monastery has been absolutely delectable. Every last bite of it.
Food really is the only thing you think about, huh?
Hardly. I think about all sorts of things.
Oh, like tomorrow's menu, for instance? I have a request.
Hey! When news reached us of the disturbance, ours was the first unit dispatched to Remire. We had renowned scholars and accomplished magic wielders with us. In all honesty, I was scared witless the entire time. For all we knew, it was an epidemic like the rumors suggested. And rumors aside, that place had an eerie air about it that chilled you right to the bone.
Investigating Remire Village. Be on your guard.
Perhaps. They say that things rarely, if ever, go according to plan. Still, plan we must. After all, if we don't effectively force things to go our way, nothing will be achieved. How about you, Professor? Are you leading the life you envisioned for yourself? Your character must be stronger than most.
Professor. Hey, Professor. Can I get your advice on something? I just don't know what to do anymore. I used to think they were the best, but now I can't even stand looking at them. Good point, Professor. I think I need to see other meats right now. Then I can come back to fish when I'm good and ready.
Okay. Congratulations on winning the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. Did you get a special reward? I certainly feel like I earned a special reward. Don't you, Professor? Oh, disappointing.
Of the 4 or 5 years since I started here, this is certainly the busiest.
It was 4. I've been here 5.
Ah, what's a year here or there? Don't be petty now, Shamir.
You count your enemies the same way.
If I take care of them quickly, what does it matter how many there are? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you, Professor.
As you were saying, it's been a busy year. There never seemed to be enough hands for the work.
That reminds me. Do you have that thing? If you do, we want it.
Want? No, we need it. Give it to me, not her.
Hey now, I'm the one who brought it up. We may be friends, but that's just rude. Hey you, do me a favor. Of the
it was
if I take
as you were
that
want.
Hey now,
I have a favor to ask. I have a favor to ask.
Professor, you seem unwell. How are you faring? If you're not feeling well, I'd strongly recommend some rest.
Let me Professor, tell me, is this about Remire?
There are more villagers acting strangely today than yesterday. Knights have been dispatched, yet the underlying cause is as yet unclear, and the most anyone can do is stand back and watch. It is most distressing. Professor, what do you think about all this? In that case, we should strengthen the guards. If you visit the village, Professor, please, take care.
Professor, what have you got there? My goodness, that is just what I've been looking for. I can offer nothing more than this, but I do ask that you consider trading with me. I am in your debt, Professor.
Heya.
I thought we might make it through last month in peace. But no, another incident just had to arise, didn't it? If only this debacle had to do with crests, why, I'd have gone and dealt with it in an instant.
Get it. Remire Village is in Empire territory, but it's still relatively close to the monastery. Oh, but you know all about that, don't you? The story goes that it was in Remire Village that Alois found you.
Okay. Professor, I heard about Remire Village from some of the knights. It's certainly troubling. If it's a contagion, we at Garrick Mach should be on the lookout as well. Your words are oddly persuasive, Professor, even if they're not exactly based on anything.
Heya.
Well... Professor, how are you feeling, Professor? You look rather ill, if you don't mind my saying so. Are you sick? If so, I would urge you not to push yourself too hard. Take some rest. Just my natural talent, nothing out of the ordinary. Enough wit now. You should lie down.
Huh? I could use your help.
You do not look well. Are you sure you aren't coming down with a cold or some other ailment? Please, visit a doctor before your situation worsens. I suppose the infirmary is also an option. Though when I went there the other day, I was unable to receive medical guidance, as Professor Manuela was drunk and fast asleep on the floor.
Oh, goodness. Is something the matter, Professor? You look a little pale. Please be careful. It's so easy to catch a cold this time of year.
Pardon me.
What is it? I'm in the middle of my daily duties. I assume you know by now that the four saints are all-important figures in the teachings of Seros. Still, I have a particular fondness for Saint Sethlene. I have something to ask of you.
Need something? This one? You're up. See you again soon.
During the Red Wolf Moon, wild monsters make ready for the winter to come, stirring more than at any other time of the year. You were off for Remire Village, isn't that right? Watch your step on that journey. May the goddess protect all of you.
This is a place of mysteriousness. I have awareness of how much difference every part of the world is. In a place alike to this place, you can imagine the goddess of Fodlan truly existing. At times I miss those places in Bridget. At times, I am missing those places so painfully.
Hey! Hey, wait a minute. What you've got there, isn't that... Please, could you let me have that? Here, I'll give you this in return. Fantastic! Thanks, Professor. You have no idea how happy this makes me.
Maybe.
Well done. You have my thanks.
Good day, Professor. Well then, I should go.
Remire Village. Is that not where you met Edelgard? If you had not been there, something terrible could have happened. Did one of the house leaders know that mercenaries were staying in Remire Village? I wonder. It will remain a mystery for now. All we can do at this point is speculate.
Teach. What in the world is happening in Remire Village? I hear even the knights have been dispatched. I hope it's nothing too serious. After all, that's where we first met. I have valued memories of the place.
I fear I may become a social recluse soon. My life consists of wearing a groove in the floor between the library and the dining hall. Although I guess a real recluse wouldn't leave their room, eh? That would be me if you weren't my teacher. Locked away in my room, reading, napping, never to be seen. You know, I never see Bernadetta outside of class. I wonder what it is that she does in her room all day.
Hey, you.
I wonder how Remire Village is faring. Hopefully we're not dealing with some new epidemic. It wouldn't be unheard of. Almost 20 years ago, a terrible plague blazed through Fargus. It even hit the capital city, taking the queen consort's life. Or so I heard. The whole kingdom was in an uproar over that loss. The person who saved the kingdom wasn't a doctor, but a holy woman, the fair Lady Cornelia. After that, she was awarded the honor of being a mage in the service of the royal family. She sounds like an amazing woman, but she must be pretty old by now. But hey, maybe she's aged like a fine wine.
Really?
Hey,
Professor, I picked this up, but... Oh hey, it worked out perfectly. Want to trade me what you're holding for it? Thanks, Professor. This is great. The knights go out from Garreg Mach to take on all kinds of other duties. I'd sure like a job like that one day. Then again, I don't know. Serving Lady Rhea here is pretty good.
Professor, Captain Gerald just told me. Remire Village is in a bad way, right?
The situation there is worrying, yes. But tell me, how was your vertigo?
Were you not feeling okay? You seemed fine to me.
I hope you're not just saying that. We can't have you putting on a brave face, only to fall in battle.
Professor.
Professor, do you ever wish you could return to your life as a mercenary? Is that so? I suppose you have become accustomed to your new line of work. This month's assignment will again take you outside of Garrick Mach, to Ramire Village. It was in Ramire that you first met Alois and the rest of his order, was it not? Half a year has come and gone since then. How quickly time passes. It was half a year.
Impressive. Thanks.
Hello, Professor. What's that you've got there? Would you mind trading it with me for this? Oh, thank you so much. I'll be sure to take great care of it.
Professor? It's about that thing you have there. If it's not too much of a bother, would you trade it for this? Thank you so much. I'll treasure it forever.
That's a nice thing you have there, Professor. Don't suppose you're planning on using it yourself. Why don't you trade it for this? Sounds good, right? Excellent doing business with you, Professor. I've always wanted to say that.
You brought it, Professor? Hand it over and I'll make it worth your while.
How? You can't even afford your own drinks. Give it here. You won't regret it.
Excuse me? I asked first. Why don't we let the professor decide?
Seems the professor likes you better than me.
Thanks. Here's your prize. Maybe I'll let you borrow it later, Shamir. I knew I could count on you.
Professor.
While I have little interest in food, I will admit to a weakness for this one dish.
I would be liking that greatly.
I know why you sat us next to each other. You want to see who can eat more quickly.
Ferdinand, please stop making everything a competition against me.
This is my favorite. I am rather happy you went out of your way to pick it, Professor.
Ooh, this is my favorite. You've got great taste.
Ah, I can eat so much of this stuff. My stomach's growling just thinking about it.
That smell, it's amazing. My fave, in fact. Do you like it too?
It would happen.
Professor? Please take my apologies. I lost time while I was training. There are not many chances for real fighting here. My body is more weak than it was. Weaker, I mean. I will keep training now. I hope your night is good. I need to have more training. There are things that I have not done yet. Things that have to be done. For the future. I have to try with hardness. Training, studying, socializing. I will not always be having time to do those things. And speaking the language of Fodlan, I worry I will never be doing it just right. Why? Because the position of Brigid is weak. Fodlan and Dagda are big. Brigid is a small island in the middle of them. Brigid has great beauty, but little power. We will not survive unless we get more strength. I will lead Brigid, and so I have responsibility. I have to have more strength than anyone. Yes, that is why I have to give it my best try. I am an ally of everyone, and I have belonging at the Officers' Academy. That is also why I try with hardness. You can always be counting on me. But you should know that one of these days will be when I return to Brigid. Before that day, do not try stopping me from trying. And please, keep watching over me. With you, I can try with more hardness than I could alone.
No. Right. No. No. I'm...
You're... It is... Oh! Help!
No.
It seems I am discovered. I suppose that means assassination is out of the question. At least for now. Unusually watchful, difficult to steal upon in slumber. Perhaps an odorless, tasteless poison. Lady Edelgard certainly took interest in a difficult one this time. I suppose that question does warrant a response, considering it may mean your life. The answer requires me to explain some of the complex internal politics of the Empire. Are you familiar with Volkard von Arundel? He is Lady Edelgard's uncle. You may also know him as Lord Arundel, the Empire's regent. Many years ago, he took Her Majesty and fled to the Kingdom of Fargus. Then after a time, he returned to seize power. Joining forces with Prime Minister Eyre and my father, Lord Arundel rendered Emperor Ionius IX politically impotent. Lady Edelgard is Ionius IX's daughter.
I cannot begin to fathom the depth of her sadness at his betrayal. I see something of Lord Arundel in you. When I look at you, I feel I can almost see a second self lurking beneath the surface. It is as if you are in constant dialogue with something inside your heart. Something with desires very different from your own. Does that description feel familiar to you at all? Because to me, you seem unpredictable. As though you could turn traitor at any moment. The more I learn about you, the less I like. I had thought you might be of use to Lady Edelgard, but now I am beginning to think you may, through no fault of your own, present too great a risk. I hope you will prove me wrong, Professor. I would hate for this to come to bloodshed.
Excuse me, Professor. May I have a moment of your time? Ah, wonderful. I was hoping you might enlighten me. About yourself, that is. You see, I happen to be quite curious about you. Well, because there is something different about you. You possess an air of mystery. I could not help but notice when first we met. I am intrigued, to say the least. I find it rather difficult to put into words. Were I to wax poetic, I would say you remind me of the sea. Have you ever been, Professor? The sea is vast, boundless. On the surface, all seems still. Yet beneath that stillness, it is unfathomably deep. Within, it teems with life. Yet without, one is lucky to glimpse a fleeting shadow. And yet, all one must do is cast a line to grasp hold of all that life. You cannot see it at a glance, but it is there all the same. About fish, of course. Oh, bother. I got sidetracked, didn't I? Right. About the sea. During a storm, the once calm waters become mighty enough to overturn even the vastest ships. Not unlike you. You are calm. You carry yourself with poise. Yet you wield great power. My brother was uncertain of you at first. He once referred to you as a youth of dubious origin. Oh, but please do not think ill of him. He is incredibly dedicated to his work. So surely you understand why he would have doubts about one of whom he knows so little. Nobody even seems to know your age. Incidentally, how old are you? Wait, you do not know your own age? You truly are mysterious. Looking at you, it is quite difficult for me to determine. I wonder... Could you be younger than your own students? Who? Me? Well, I am roughly the same age as the other youths here. Be that as it may, it is simply not the case. Oh, by the way, you should know I had actually been considering enrolling in the academy for a while. I have endured hard times, but I am so grateful that those very experiences led to my acceptance at the academy. Oh, my apologies. I am sure you have much work to do. I will not keep you any longer. We must speak again sometime, if that would be all right. Have a lovely day.
Okay, let's go.
Very well, if we must. have a look at how we did.
I'm getting closer.
Welcome, Professor. This is the first time I have welcomed you here, is it not? There is no need to be nervous. Please, come closer. When you speak with me here in this room, you are not speaking with the Archbishop, but with Rhea. It's just me. Such a sweet child. Oh, my apologies. I should not be treating you like a child. As Gerald's kin, somehow you don't seem at all a stranger to me. Speaking of Gerald, may I ask if he ever spoke of me to you? Is that so? Unfortunately, I am unable to believe that such words fell from Gerald's lips. I want you to know that you are free to speak candidly. There is no need to spare me from the truth, however harsh it may be. Since you are here, shall I tell you about the Gerald that I knew? By the look of it, you haven't heard much about his time at the monastery, have you? When I first met Gerald, he was quite young. Why, he could not even grow a full beard at that point. On one fateful occasion, the band of mercenaries he belonged to fought alongside the Knights of Seiros. I was traveling with the Knights at the time, and Gerald jumped in front of an attack meant for me. He was gravely wounded, on the verge of death. I tended to his wounds in a desperate attempt to save his life. Thankfully, my efforts were not in vain. Gerald managed to escape a seemingly certain death. I made arrangements for him to receive further care at Garrick Mach. The moment he was deemed fully recovered, I invited him to join the Knights. Well, it is not a story I have often repeated. Even at the monastery, there are not many who know that. I tell you this because, to me, you are the child of the one who saved my life all those years ago. And also, never mind. It is nothing. I simply wanted to say that I trust you. By coming to visit with me today, you have... well, suffice it to say that my day is brighter than it otherwise would have been. I thank you for that.
What was that name again? Oh, this is frustrating me to no end. I simply can't recall. Oh, I have it. Xanadu. That's it. It was not long ago that we were there. And still, I somehow managed to forget. Well, that place brought back some fragments of my memory. I cannot help but wonder why. I feel we must return to find some answers there. Yes, you are right. For as the saying goes, there is no time like the present.
Our professor is sneaking off alone. Where to, I wonder?
I don't recall hearing of any such plans for our class. Perhaps we should follow.
Intrigued, are we? Yes, let's do just that. We will consider it extra training.
Yes, it is all coming back to me. This structure.
Oh, but it's as though my memories are clouded. The most important pieces are obscured. But I once called this home. I have no doubt. I seem to recall something on the other side of that wall. I cannot see it, but I can still feel it. It is not my imagination. I know this to be true. We are already deep within this valley. Oh, what was that awful sound? Yes, and that was not a normal beast, but a huge and terrifying one. Look, there, at the entrance of the valley, a giant shadow! What is it now? Those hungry wolves. That howl must have riled them up. We have no choice but to fight our way out. Give it your all!
It's good we've caught up with the professor, but this situation is hard to put into words, actually.
Wolves to the front, hawks to the rear, and what appears to be a demonic beast at the canyon's mouth.
A wild beast at that. Or perhaps it's more fitting to call it a stray.
If we can't prevail over that demonic beast, we won't make it out of the Red Canyon alive. The first thing we need to do is reunite with our professor. The wolves are closing in.
Stay focused.
That's my cue.
I will prevail.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre. Battle. As you wish. Must be awful losing to me.
I will get the victory.
Let us away.
Oh no.
Put me in there.
Thank you. Dictable.
More hawks, and our professor is still trapped out there.
Allow me.
We won't hold back! One.
I'll show you a plan. Still unstoppable.
Give it all we've got.
Think this'll work?
Now.
Unexpected.
Shall I help? Preparations are complete.
I can help too. Seriously. Not... I never could have pulled that off. Our work is done. My, things did not go as planned. Let us return before any more hawks or wolves join us. But what was that demonic beast doing within the Red Canyon?
I'm glad that you are safe, Professor. It was rather reckless of you to venture out alone like that.
I suppose we came out here without permission too. If we all wish to avoid punishment, perhaps we can all agree that we came out here for an extracurricular activity. Let's leave it at that.
Still, I would like to know what brought you to this valley in the first place.
Oh dear, I put us in a bit of danger there. We are most fortunate that those delinquents followed us. You very nearly met your end. What a marvelous professor you must be for all your students to be so concerned. You seem more confident in your ability to teach. But that makes sense, as you have me to help you out. How disappointing to have dived so deeply into danger, and yet to have nothing to show. Huh? What is this strange feeling? My memories. Do you feel them stirring? How curious. You seem to have grown stronger. And all thanks to our journey to Xanadu. It really was worth all that effort. Huh? You found this? I dare say you may find a use for that. You should decide how best to use that thing. But wow! We got a lot out of this trip. It was a bother for a spell, but in the end, I feel we should think fondly of our little trip. We actually had a delightful time, wouldn't you say?
Many skills, you know.
I'm impressed.
I will not be stopping. All roses have thorns.
As you wish.
Watch how weak you are!
You could have at least tried.
This is... I'm surprised.
Yeah, it worked!
No hesitation. Should I have held back?
The mark of nobility.
was that?
As expected. It's... You should be honored.
I thought I was dead. Hey, not bad.
I will remove you! Witness frigid pride.
You worked hard for nothing.
Battle. Victory.
Let us away. Prepare yourself!
I prevailed. They
I'll... Think...
You're... Every... I... Every... Oh...
I would be liking that greatly.
Ooh, this is my favorite. You've got great taste. Professor, it is finished.
Ah, it's clear to me. I'm getting it.
Oh, I see now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We've come such a long way. After all, I was only 4 years old when we first met.
From your perfect memory, Lady Edelgard, I expect nothing short of the utmost precision. Do go on.
Please don't mock me with such frivolous praise. I can hardly recall that day.
Forgive me. I suppose I must have been 6 at the time. I have no recollection of it. My earliest memory of you is of when you were injured. I recall being scolded most sternly by my father. You are Lady Edelgard's servant, he said. You must protect her with your life.
I had no idea. But House Vestra has served House Hresfeld for generations. Given that, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised.
Indeed. After that, I made certain to accompany you wherever you went. That is, until the incident.
Ah, when my uncle, Lord Arundel, defected to the kingdom and took me with him.
The sensation of loss that overcame me on that day defies all description. It was as horrific as if I'd lost all my limbs. I left the city in a mad rush to rescue you. My father sent soldiers to capture me. I fought them off for 3 days, but they did finally manage it. Of course, I was only 10. I never would have reached Ferdiad.
I've never heard that story before. So there are things you've never told me.
It wasn't important.
That's beside the point. I wish to know these things. If there's anything else you're keeping from me, please tell me at once.
Respectfully, I decline.
Why? It's a simple order. I really must know.
Speaking of your orders, there was a task you gave me earlier which I have yet to carry out. Excuse me.
Wait just a moment. I just hope he's not hiding anything too worrisome.
Caspar, I have been waiting.
Ferdinand! Waiting for what?
I am going to give you a lesson on the righteous path of the noble.
Righteous path? What? You have a problem with my path now? You think you're more righteous than me?
That remains to be seen. I heard you stopped a robbery in town the other day. Some despicable thief who was robbing an elderly shopkeeper. Rumor has it you didn't wreak as much havoc as usual.
Hey now, I think you're underestimating me here. When the thief showed up, the old shopkeeper was so scared that he could barely stand. I didn't want the guy to pass out, so I had to stay calm while handling the situation. Rather than fighting, I gave my own money to the thief and told him to get out of there. Or else.
How, magnanimous of you.
The thief fell for it and left the shop. That's when I chased him down. I got my money back and gave that thief a good beating. He won't be back here anytime soon.
Ah, so you walloped the scoundrel. That does sound like you. I am finding this story more plausible. Nevertheless, I think...
Hold on. Now it's your turn. I heard a very interesting story about you recently.
My turn, eh? Let's hear this story then.
The way I heard it, you punched a foreign soldier right in the middle of town.
Stop. I know what you are getting at. But you have the wrong idea.
Let's hear your version then.
I had been browsing for weapons at a rundown stall. Suddenly, a man seized the stall's owner and started dragging him away. Someone with a less generous spirit might say the peddler had it coming. His wares were quite inferior after all. But without a moment's hesitation, I leapt to his aid and soundly defeated the goon.
Well done. Sounds exciting.
It was nothing, really. Anyway, the old shopkeeper let me in on the details. He said that he was a novice trader, tricked by a noble into selling low-quality goods. That ruse was about to come to light, so the noble had sent a mercenary to keep the shopkeeper silent.
So that's what really happened. I just heard you snapped and attacked some noble servant. I figured it was worth asking about.
Well, I won't deny it. I forgot my rank for a moment and let my instincts take over.
Is there something wrong with that? It sounds a little like something I would do.
And your, gentle approach to handling that robbery. That sounds like something I might do. You were not overcome by your impulses. You kept a cool head, for the most part.
I think we're starting to rub off on each other. Always looking for a way to defend justice and to lift each other up.
Partners in justice, eh? Well now, that I can agree to.
Should I have held back?
You should be honored.
This was beneath me.
I've got many skills, you know.
You should be honored.
Let us away. It's the least I could do.
As you wish. For Lady Edelgard. Battle. And I didn't even enjoy it.
Witness my power.
Each battle a chance to grow.
Thank you. Victory is assured.
This was beneath me.
Oh.
Sends you flying! You see that? Now it...
Back to the fray.
You could have at least tried. This is... Can't get ahead of myself.
Crack.
Only a fool challenges me.
I will prevail.
Let us away.
A great help. So...
Predictable.
This...
Time.
How sweet!
We must... Being mindful. Well done.
Sweet of you.
Well done.
Stay focused.
Oh no.
Caution is needed.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. My...
Watch and learn.
I needed that. I Thank you.
Where I can hide.
You were rather quiet in the last battle, Caspar. Not a single war cry to be heard. It was almost as if you weren't even there.
I did it just for you, Hubert. Isn't that what you wanted? Weren't you the one who said my shouting would cause problems?
Yes, I was. And at the time, you seemed intent on ignoring my advice.
Well, that was then. Recently, my behavior caused trouble, just like you said it would. I was shouting the other day and some enemies heard. I pretty much gave our position away and left us open to attack. I mean, it turned out fine in the end, but someone could have died if things had played out differently. Anyway, I did some self-reflecting and realized that I probably shouldn't shout so much. A decision that I'm proud to say I came to all on my own.
All on your own, huh? It was a bad decision. Being too quiet on the battlefield is extremely dangerous.
I'm sorry, what? That's the exact opposite of what you said before.
Having seen you fight in silence, I have no choice but to accept the truth that your shouting is vital.
What in the world are you talking about?
We've all grown used to the way you fight. Your battle cries help morale, and your instructions rise above the din of battle. I would go so far as to say that the soldiers under your command would be lost without the guidance of your booming voice.
I really don't get you, Hubert.
You inspire people. The benefits of your shouting outweigh the risks. Something wrong?
Yeah! I'm back! If you want me to shout, then I'm gonna shout! I'm not even gonna think about it! I knew you'd come around!
Don't get too excited. You'll be ambushed again.
Then I guess I'm gonna have to fight some guys while shouting!
That might have been the wrong approach. Ah, well. No cure for stupidity. I suppose I'll just have to rein him in myself.
Linhardt, I have been waiting for much time. Please, watch me.
Watch what, Petra? Whoa! Hey, careful with that spear!
How did you find that? I did more training.
Ah, you took my advice then. I will say, the problematic maneuver seems improved at least.
At least? It is still no good?
The spear isn't really my area of expertise, but I've seen enough training to understand the mechanics. I believe I can use that understanding to further help you improve your spear work.
My spear work?
Right. As I said, when you lift up and stab down, the momentum is ruined. You're trying to swing like a giant. You're not a giant, so that's a problem. So allow the spear's own momentum to do more of the hard work for you.
Spear momentum.
The spear is heavy. When you lift it up high, loosen your grip a little.
At the top of my swing, loosen my grip. And then the weight will carry it down?
Precisely. When you put too much power into it, not only do you exhaust your grip, you tire yourself out. Got it? All that effort is taking its toll on me.
You are very clever. I wonder why you have hatred for training.
Because training is too much like fighting, and I'd really rather not fight. Also, I find training terribly dull. Anyway, good night.
He does not use his cleverness. It is a very big waste. I want you to use your power, Linhardt.
You're in high spirits today, Dorothea.
Yes, I have met someone quite charming recently. I'm hoping we can spend more time together soon.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. I wish I had some advice to offer. Alas, I do not.
Don't worry too much about it, Adie. I'd guess romance isn't really something you're interested in anyway.
I'm not completely disinterested.
Oh yeah? Is there someone you have your eye on?
To be honest, there's nothing resembling romance in my life at present. It's not that I'm disinterested. I'm simply too busy with other endeavors. I have no time to spare for such things.
That's not surprising. You're not just any old noble, after all. Anyone who has feelings for you, well, they're in for a pretty complicated life.
True. And I can't ignore the possibility that I may have to marry for political purposes. I doubt I'll ever have the opportunity for a passionate romance as long as I live.
That's no way to talk. You meet the right person and boom, you have passion to spare. Could be someone you've just met or someone you've known your whole life. There's no telling how life will go. Something could even spark between the two of us.
You and I? Now that is an entertaining thought. If such an exciting future is in store, I look forward to it.
Oh yeah? That's awfully sweet of you, Adie.
Caspar, that equipment is new. It is suiting. It suits you.
Oh, right. Thanks.
You get more strength each day. I do not want to be falling behind.
I'm impressed with how much stronger you've gotten too. More than I have.
No, Caspar, you are impressing to me. I want to be training with you.
Just hold on, Petra.
What is wrong?
It's your attitude. How can you act so casual around me? My father killed your father. You shouldn't be able to stand the sight of me. You actually hate me, right? That's fine. I can take it. I completely understand. Just be honest. Give it to me straight. If our roles were reversed, I don't think I'd be able to forgive you. I don't understand how you could just...
You are not the one who did the killing, Caspar. Our parents had conflict, but we are not them. I have no worry about it. You should not either.
I don't need to worry? Impossible! I don't think I'll ever be...
You must. If not, the conflict will keep carrying on. If children cannot forgive, it will not ever have an ending. Is that what you are wanting?
Well, of course not.
Please, give it some thinking. I will be leaving now.
We've got to go. Now. The situation in Remire Village has changed drastically. We don't know much more than that. We're hearing reports that the villagers are killing each other. Some say houses are burning. Regardless, we need to move.
Kill! Kill! Ah!
Help! Somebody please help!
What's going on here?
This is horrific. It's even more revolting. More terrible than I expected.
Yes, we must find a way to save this village.
True. But if we are not careful about how we proceed, we will only increase the death toll.
The villagers are attacking each other. Let's knock them all out one by one.
Always so reckless. You do know that if we mess up, we will either kill or be killed, right?
Still, we cannot just stand here twiddling our thumbs and doing nothing.
I'd really like to go home now. But there's no time for thoughts like that. We have to help them.
I am waiting for your orders with full readiness.
Wait. Those people over there, they seem to be observing the chaos. They must be behind this. Eliminate them and rescue all of the unafflicted villagers.
There are some suspicious-looking ruffians out there, but our top priority is to rescue the villagers. Got it? I'll rein in the villagers who've turned violent. You focus on rescuing the others.
Kill! Kill!
The one giving commands in the back. I'm certain that's Tomas the librarian.
Thank you.
Hardly worth my time.
It's the least I could do.
Thank you.
I will remove you! Witness frigid pride.
So steadfast. Tomas, what are you doing here? Dare I even ask?
I'm not Tomas. My name is Solon, the savior of all. What's the matter? So shocked you can't even speak. You were so easily fooled by my disguise. I was hiding away in Garrick Mach to get the blood of that little girl called Flame. With her blood, we'll be one step closer to realizing our goal.
I'll have a bit of fun here, too.
That's the Death Knight. He must be an ally of Tomas, or Solon, or whoever he is.
I will prevail.
As you wish.
Let us away. I prevailed. A bit.
I will get the victory.
That's my cue.
You are but a savage, insignificant beast. Yet you think you can kill me?
Thank you.
Stay focused.
As you wish.
Stay focused.
I will prevail. Tomas! No. Solon. I will stop you.
What? If you insist on turning your blade against me, then expect no mercy.
Why have you gone after this village? What are you planning?
I could have conducted this experiment on any test subjects. Now that I have what I came for, I must bid you farewell.
I must go.
Wait! Damn it, he's gone.
We let him get away. I'll survey the village. There may still be enemies in hiding.
Looks like we somehow managed to sort things out, and casualties were kept to a minimum. They said they weren't picky about who they used as their test subjects. Because of them, the people of Remire Village.
There you are.
That armor. So, you're the Flame Emperor.
Yes. I believe you have met my subordinate, the Death Knight.
Oh, we've met all right. But back to you. You're the one responsible for the destruction of this village.
Do not get the wrong idea.
What in blazes does that mean?
It is true that I am working with Solon, but that does not mean our objectives are the same. Had I known they planned to do this, I would have stopped it. You have my word.
Your words are meaningless. Now, I'll have to insist that you accompany us back to the monastery.
I cannot abide that. However, if you wish to join forces, I will hear your plea.
What?
If left to their own devices, they will commit countless more violent acts like this one. Do you not wish to prevent that? With the sword of the Creator on our side, Solon would not be a threat. You are lying. I can see that you cannot contain your fury toward me. Pity. Pray that you do not live to regret your choice.
Gerald, Professor, have you seen Lady Edelgard?
What's wrong, kid? Huh? Oh, damn it! He's gone. Hey, I've been meaning to talk to you. Since coming to the monastery, you've changed. You've been angry since we first arrived in Remire Village. And you look so happy when you're instructing the brats. Before the monastery, I'd never seen you bear your emotions like that. Not once. Then perhaps it's a good thing we came to the monastery, if only so I could see your face lit up like that. Or maybe there was never any reason for us to leave the monastery in the first place. I've put my foot in my mouth, haven't I? Though I suppose it may be nearly that time. Come to my office when you next have a moment to spare. There's something I need to tell you.
Just what was that about? I can't recall a time of old when you were at the monastery. I wonder what is hiding in the mist that is your past.
Professor, I don't know if this is appropriate to say, but admirable work out there. I really believe we did all that we could. Geralt said the same thing. We must try to stay positive, even through the horror. I hear the so-called Flame Emperor appeared in Remire Village as well. Hubert told me that you spoke with him. Really? Is that what you want, Professor? That makes sense. It's hard to trust someone without knowing who they are or how they're connected to all this. Even if he wants you as an ally, his objectives are still unclear. If the Flame Emperor truly wishes to make use of your power, perhaps someday he will appear before you without his mask, and you can look in his eyes and decide what you believe.
Adel, I need to ask you something. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I interrupt?
No, not at all. If you'll excuse me, Professor.
You did well handling that awful business in Remire Village. I am certain the goddess shares in our grief at the senselessness of that calamity. More importantly, I was shocked to hear that our own Tomas was actually a dark mage. I must reflect on our blindness.
You surely must. You failed to notice that a rat was hiding in your home. Pathetic! Who are these wicked foes? How did Tomas escape your gaze?
Tomas came to the monastery 40 years ago, by recommendation of House Ordelia of the Alliance. Around 8 years ago, he went back to House Ordelia, before returning to the monastery once again just last year. After having worked at Garreg Mach for decades, why would he betray us now? Just what did he hope to accomplish? Yuritsa became a professor at the Officers' Academy because of a recommendation from the Imperial nobility. Supposing that he is the Death Knight, that means that our enemy is an organization that has taken root in at least 2 territories.
In the long history of the Church of Seros, no, long before even that, there have been an endless number of threats to the peace of Fodlan. Yet those who oppose us still operate in the shadows. Their identity's a mystery. I believe that Solon and the Death Knight are merely one part of a much larger whole.
A threat to Fodlan's peace? That means we have no choice. We have to stop them all.
I have truly come to rely on you. I believe that the monastery will remain safe so long as we have you. We do not yet know the enemy's objective or whereabouts. For now, please devote yourself to preparing for whatever comes next.
That is all for today.
Professor, please wait. I know there is much that you still do not understand. However, one thing is clear. You possess great power. I believe that you are destined to be a source of great hope for all. In any case, I expect great things from you. Walk this world proudly, dear Professor. May the goddess Sothis protect you.
The goddess Sothis? Is that what she just said?
Is something the matter? I see. In that case, farewell.
Do not say something that we may regret. What exactly am I? For now, let's leave this place. Please, go!